Greetings, the Hijabi Gamer here, and here it is at last, my thoughts on the Destiny 2 Transmog system. This is like my 10th attempt to make this video. I did post one, but the gameplay audio was way too loud, so here goes nothing. Now, you're probably wondering, Kat, if you're doing a video about the Transmog system in Destiny 2, why are you in the tower for Destiny 1? Well, first off, good on you for noticing that. Yep, this is the tower for Destiny 1. Yeah, it's a lot nicer, actually, honestly. But there's several things I want to show you in Destiny 1 first before we head over to Destiny 2. Now, one thing I should say that is my opinion about the Transmog system shouldn't carry nearly as much weight as most other people. That is because, aside from a few minor criteria, I've never really cared about my Guardian's armor or appearance. Not as much as other people. I mean, I have a few minor gripes here and there, but in general, I mean, the best way to show it is to show what armor my Guardian is wearing at the moment. None of it matches. He's wearing the Sanction 6 helmet. He's wearing the Grasps of Triumph because it increases reload speed with shotguns. The Dream Eater vest, mostly because it uses it increases armor when using a solar-based subclass. Exotic leg armor, because the Frosties are awesome. The only other leg armor I tend to wear are the Bones of Ao. And finally, a Vanguard cloak. So, none of it matches. Getting entire gear sets has never been a priority to me. My main issues with armor are, one, that it leans in the darker color range. Simply because, well, if you're out on the field, you don't want to stand out like a sore thumb. As a hunter who's off in the wilds often, darker armor at least feels like it makes more sense. Unless you're on Europa, then you'd probably want lighter armor because of the snow. And my second priority is practicality. So some of the armor just is so ridiculously... It doesn't feel to me like it would make much sense if you're trying to move in the wilds. You know, you've got when you put the raid ornaments, you've got spikes and glowy bits, or some of it looks like you've ripped it off the corpse of a fallen or a hive. It's like, I still have some Guardian pride. I don't want to be mistaken for a hive knight, or, you know, the funky eyes or that look like they're dripping. I mean, one piece of armor I only use in a raid is this. Because, yeah, this looks like infected eyes. It just creeps me out. But in general, practicality and dark colors and just fitting a hunter out in the wild has always been a priority to me. None of the armor I have really is... I know this gives you a benefit for a raid, so that's the other reason I just have it. But in general, I don't use that often. The other priority to me as a hunter has always been cloaks. Because I feel like the one luxury that a hunter would afford themselves is their cloak. Their one pride and joy, their one priority is their cloak. Because the cloak is what distinguishes a hunter from the other guardians. I feel like, and the message on the cloak is also important to the hunter. Because this is, like I said, this is the one thing they're going to use to show off who they are. This is me. See my cloak. I'm a hunter. See, not only am I a hunter, I'm a Vanguard hunter. I stand for the Vanguard. In general, I've never really been a faction person. I'm right now in Future War Cult because I need to do the Vault of Glass so I can get the No Time to Explain. But in general, I've leaned toward the Vanguard, so I take pride in wearing a Vanguard cloak. But I've always felt that, you know, my hunter will... The one thing he will take very good care of and always make sure it's clean and neat is his cloak. You'll notice I don't have any of the torn or bloodied cloaks because I feel like the moment a cloak is destroyed like that, my hunter would toss it out and immediately get himself a new one. He might be forced to use a torn or bloodied cloak for a few days out on the field, but as soon as he can, he will replace it. And I feel like in Destiny 1, you had a much broader, better collection of cloaks than in Destiny 2. That's why we're here, because I'm here to show off. This video is awesome because it is an excuse for me to show off my huge cloak collection. This is the one luxury my hunter affords himself. his Cloak Collection. And it's pretty big. I mean, there are a lot of really nice cloaks in Destiny. I mean, first off, you have, for example, the Night Stalker's cloak, which came with the Taken King DLC, because that's when they introduced the Night Stalker class. It's an exotic cloak, but it doesn't affect your ability to wear another armor piece that is exotic. I could if I wanted to equip it right now, even though I'm wearing exotic leg armor. It's a nice cloak. Then you have other subclass cloaks. So you have, look, Gunslinger's cloak. You know, Blade Dancer's cloak. There's actually another Night Stalker's cloak, a non-exotic Night Stalker's cloak. That's a nice cloak. Then you had the faction cloak. So I think it was you had to get to level 25. But once you did, you had to do, I can't remember exactly what you had to do, but you had to do a whole bunch of stuff to get these exotic cloaks for each faction. And when you equipped it, it would increase your reputation gains for that particular class. So Cloak of Oblivion for a Dead Orbit. And Cloak of the Rising for New Monarchy. And Chaos Cloak for Future. Look, I mean, that is a beautiful cloak for Future War Cult. And you had multiple cloak designs per faction. Right now, I have a lot of Future War Cult because I'm Future War Cult, so that, you know, I get a lot of them in their packages. But this is another Future War Cult cloak. You know. There are some really, really nice cloaks. You know, we've got some New Monarchy stuff here. And then there are cloaks you earned from accomplishing different things in the game. So you've got the Arc Flayer cloak. You had one per class, Arc, Void, and Solar Flayers, which came from defeating the Flayers in that Nightfall, which is also a strike. But yeah, I mean, that's a really cool cloak, and it's not like you just randomly got it in a drop. I know there's a cloak for defeating Taniks. I'm not going to bore you going through all of them. I'm pretty sure I had it here or on PlayStation. I might have by mistake dismantled it or infused it, but I did have the cloak for defeating Taniks. You have cloaks from Prison of Elders. I mean, look at these. The Warden's Hood. The Devil's Disguise. I mean, look at these. These are nice cloaks. They're cloaks from Petravenge. You know, Iron Lord cloaks and, you know, Iron Banner cloaks. That is a really nice cloak. I call this the kitty cat cloak. I know technically this is a wolf, but it looks more like a cat. So I call this the Cloak of Buster, even though it's called the Iron Saga cloak. I mean, this is just to give you a taste of the variety of cloaks we had in Destiny. I mean, you wanted to pursue cloaks in Destiny because there were just some really, really nice ones. And like I said, this is something to me that would be a priority to a hunter. This is their pride and joy. This is the thing that, you know, you wear it to express a certain message, to show off that, yes, I'm a hunter and I'm proud to be a hunter. And this is me showing off my being a hunter. And I would feel it would be the same for Titans and Warlocks, showing off their bonds or their marks. You know, I do have, you can't show it but I have a couple of bonds and marks here. Mark of the Anchor, Mark of Renown, Cosmic Truth's Warlock Bond, the 5 lives. Even when I did play as a Titan or a Warlock, I pursued bonds and marks. Because, as I said, this is the mark of your class. It's your one major luxury. Because I guess, you know, Guardians probably don't have a lot of, you know, given the state of the world, there aren't a lot of luxuries people have. So this is the one thing they would go out of their way to, you know, take care of. I mean, this is just this came from the Dawning. This is a beautiful, beautiful cloak. So this is the one really armor piece that mattered to me. Now let's switch to Destiny 2. This is going to take a couple of seconds. There's going to be a loud boom. So give it a sec. It doesn't matter how I adjust the game volume. There's going to be a loud boom. I did lower the volume of the gameplay. It's just, this is outside of gameplay, more or less. And it's a long load time to get down to the tower. So in that interim, as I said first off, I don't feel my opinion should carry as much weight as other people for whom this really matters. People who will pursue certain shaders and certain armor pieces, because it really hasn't been a priority to me. I will also say this. This system is so ridiculously over the top, convoluted, and complicated. And this is coming from someone who has literally played Destiny and Destiny 2 for thousands of hours. And I can show you my receipts. So even if I'm saying this is ridiculously complicated, I'm not like Young Ya, who doesn't play nearly as much Destiny 2 as I do. No, I play a lot of Destiny 2. And I found it really complicated. I still am not fully clear on some of the details about this whole thing. I mean, alright. So my first big disappointment when I logged into Destiny 2 after I got home from work after the update was I'd seen them mentioning Ada 1. So I was really excited because I actually liked the forges, the Black Armory. I liked that. It was fun. I liked one of my favorite machine guns was Sunset, and it was a Black Armory weapon. So I was like, oh great, we're going to get more weapons again. This is going to be awesome. They're bringing back, weapons that have been sunset. This is going to be great. So you can imagine, after I got into the tower, and I ran past the Drifter, and I ran past those two dudes. No, these are our soda machines. Go away. Go back to your corner. Creep me out. And I ran through the fountain, because I always run through the fountain. So I head over here, and I'm like, wait, those don't look like forges. Where are the guns? Where are the guns? I'm like, okay, maybe.
Thanks for coming back, Hunter.
Maybe they're like, 3D printers with their, strings of plastic. So maybe that's some kind of special material that is, molded into weapons. Then I started talking to Ada 1. And well, yeah. That's when the real disappointment hit. It wasn't about weapons. It was about armor. Really? Let me also add this. Am I the only one who has noticed a very strong shift in her personality? Look, even when Ada 1 started to warm up to us as guardians, she still remained kind of aloof and dignified and kind of, aloof and dignified. Now she comes across as a giddy, over-the-top schoolgirl. It's like, oh my god, look what we're doing, Guardian. Oh, I feel so emotionally elated. Oh, I was so down and now I feel so... And look, it's like, Ada, calm down. Ada, relax. No, Ada, don't hug the Hunter. No, back up. No huggy. Hunter, no touchy. No touchy Hunter. So I found her to be a little overbearing. One of the few conversations in Destiny 2 that seemed to really, really drag on. So I tend to now avoid her. Really not interested. So one of the things, as I pointed out in Destiny 1, was the huge, massive Cloak Collection. I've noticed this for a while in Destiny 2. But now that we have the entire Cloak Collection visible to us, I feel like it is very, very, very disappointing in comparison. I mean, I've never really had a lot of cloaks.
Despite being surrounded,
I mean, here's the Dawning Cloak. Yeah, it's nice, but it's nothing like the one from Destiny 1. Destiny 1 Dawning Cloak was a lot nicer. What else? Where's the Future War Cult Cloak? Because I saw that one. It was like very, very... Yeah, here it is. Really? And there's only one.
And I need all I can get.
I don't feel like the cloaks in Destiny 2 have the same weight or meaning or significance as the cloaks in Destiny 1. There are very few cloaks in Destiny 2 that I've really cared about, that, you know, I will not dismantle. Right now I'll show you the only ones that really matter to me are the Cobra's hood, which I jokingly call the Jeremy cloak because it reminds me of his D-Day Cobra tag. So this is the Jeremy cloak. The Memory of Cade cloak, I often have that one constantly equipped, and the Coronation cloak because I remember saving up the silver dust to get this cloak. So, and I really, really liked it. So this was one of the first cosmetics that I actually purchased on purpose because I thought this was a beautiful cloak, and I noticed there weren't as many really nice cloaks in the game. But in general, I don't feel like there are a lot of cloaks in Destiny 2 to pursue like in Destiny 1. I mean, this is the cloak from Titan. You only have like what, 1 or 2 per location? One, the Exodus Down, that's from Nessus. This is from the EDZ. This is from the, I think, the Forsaken, which, like I said, I'm not a fan of. That just doesn't strike me as being particularly, not something you'd wear in pride. Not something you would just be like, yeah, I'm a hunter, see my cloak. I guess that's practical. So, I mean, this one I kind of like. This was from the, the Black Forges. And this one was the Gambit Prime cloak, which gave you the Reaper cloak. Now, maybe I'm missing cloaks that I just aren't aware of. This one I just picked up, so I don't understand. Yeah, not interested. So maybe it's just me as a hunter, but I don't feel like there are a lot of cloaks that I would actively pursue in Destiny 2. So that's my first thing with it all. I mean, I would probably use this thing, the Synth Weave strap, to unlock cloaks, but I already have my 2 favorites. So the first thing I don't understand about this whole system is, how did I start out with 11 of each? I thought that we only got 10 per season. Now, I'm guessing somebody had told me, Bashiwashi had told me we get 20 the first season. Why should I fear stasis? So I'm guessing they gave 11 per class, 1 for the tutorial and another 10. And then you can earn another 10. That's what I'm assuming. My second question is this. Is it per character or is it per class? Because I'm getting the impression it's per class. Which means, and I know people who do this, people who have multiple characters of the same class. There's someone I remember on YouTube a while back who said he plays 3 hunters because he likes. And personally, I was planning on going back to having a second hunter. Does that mean you are beep out of luck if you decide to play multiple characters of the same class? So you can only do, you can't use the whatever weave for the other classes because you're not playing them. So, yeah, I think it's specifically per class and not per character. Now, my understanding of the whole system is this. Okay, you run around, you do kills, and it's time locked. Every 2 minutes, you get a synth strand. I didn't even realize I was collecting them. I thought once you had a bounty, you couldn't collect synth strand, but apparently the last time I did this video, the first time I did this video was yesterday, and I was at like 104. Now I'm at 124. So apparently, even though I'm not aware of it, this stuff is dropping and I'm picking it up. I'm just not paying attention to it. So you have to collect, it takes probably a minimum of 300 minutes to collect 150 synth strand. You then come here, and you collect a bounty, which is limited by your class. So hunter bounties completed 0 of 10. You can see I haven't completed them. I did pick up a bounty. I haven't done it yet. So my understanding is after I complete this bounty, which mine's going to take a while. My bounty is complete Empire hunts on heroic difficulty or higher on Europa. 4 of them. So after I complete this bounty, I get 100 armor synthesis materials. I then take these 100 armor synthesis material that I earned because I completed this bounty, and I go to these non-forges. Yes, I'm still salty about that. I wanted the weapons, not armor, weapons. Just after I come to one of these, since I'm a hunter, the 100 Synth Weave template is going to be converted into a Synth Weave strap. Then take the Synth Weave strap, and I unlock an ornament for one of these. So let's say, there really aren't very many I care about. That's the problem. Let's pick one. Let's go with this one. Though I actually have that in my inventory right now.
I once believed the forges could be our future, but I'm wrong.
No, you were right. We want the forges back. So now I have unlocked that, which means I have 7 left. And so I get another one, so that'll bring me up to 8, and I can do that 10 times all season. Which is odd in itself, because Bungie has started to allow you to do more bounties. I mean, the best example is we're right next to the Drifter. It used to be, other than on the planets are different. You have this option to, in addition to collecting the daily or weekly bounties, you can collect, you pay a little more, but you can collect additional bounties. So you could basically keep doing bounties, which, by the way, side note, fastest way to increase your season rank are bounties. Seriously, I thought activities, but I have found that the fastest way I increase my season rank is doing bounties. Just do non-stop bounties. You will increase your season rank a lot faster. So it's odd that they're saying you can only do that 10, and they're doing it by class and not by character, which is also odd. I mean, unless I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments. Am I wrong? Is it per class or by character? But, as I said, since armor appearance has never been a priority to me, I'm probably not as angry about it as other people. I am more disappointed because I don't like to see Bungie going down this road. Why are they doing this? I thought they were doing financially well, that they were going to increase the size of their studio, that they were going to branch out and make more games. I thought Destiny 2 was one of the top playing games. Don't they realize by doing this, they're going to anger a lot of players? I mean, come on, this Bungie, we've gone through this over and over again. You know, how did you not know this is how gamers are going to respond? I'm an exception. I'm one of the few people who I'm happy with 3 different cloaks. Because I have 3 certain cloaks. I mean, I like this cloak. I think it's a very cool cloak. I'll probably use it for a while. Or then switch to the Memory of Cade cloak. But there are a lot of people, just, how did you not know this was going to happen?
How could the couplings be different sizes? That doesn't make any...
Just how did you not know that? But honestly, what frustrates more is, me personally more, is the fact that I can't play the Red War campaign. Or the Osiris DLC that I paid for. Or the Warmind DLC. Something I've been asking for years for is the ability to do strikes solo. Yeah, I get it at higher levels. You can go into them by yourself. You need to bring your own fire team. No matchmaking. No, I have wanted the ability to go into strikes by myself. I have literally been begging for this for years and have been ignored. I hate the champions. I think the champions are a cheap gimmick. An easy way to make things harder than necessary. They're a cheap gimmick to make it harder when you can use other better ways of making things challenging. But I don't care for the champions. They limit you to the type of weapon you can use. You need those mods that are limited to certain types of weapons. Never cared for the champions. Want my old DLC back. I thought Venus was going to be brought into Destiny 2 because they said Vault of Glass. It's like, sweet, Venus is coming back. I like Venus. I want Titan back. I liked Titan. Titan was one of my favorite planets. So those are things that anger me more than this whole system. This more system disappoints me. And it makes me worry, what are they going to do next? I'm not up in arms about it because, yeah, I'm happy with the cloak I have. The rest of the armor, I'll get what drops. I'll infuse what I like. I'm not as picky about my guardian's appearance as other people. And look, I understand why people are angry. I'm just blown away that Bungie didn't realize this was going to happen. I mean, seriously, it's mind-boggling. Are they surprised? They know this is going to happen. And yeah, I know some people have criticized that Destiny players are not willing to criticize Bungie when they do. No. I love Destiny 2. I have admitted it. I'm one of the biggest Bungie simps on the planet. I love Bungie announces a game. Even before I see gameplay footage, I will probably pre-order it. I'm playing Destiny 2 on Stadia. I mean, how many people are playing Destiny 2 on Stadia? But even if I see them doing something that I think is wrong, I will criticize it. I don't blame people for being angry. I don't like this system. It's not as big a deal for me as it is for other people, but I can understand why it is. And bring back the Red War. I actually like that campaign. Anyway, as I said, this video is a bit rambly. Let me know what you think. Am I going too easy on them? It's frustrating because you feel like after years, you think they'd figure out what their player base likes and what their player base doesn't like. Where are they getting this from? I mean, if I were to pull my cat's tail, I wouldn't be surprised if she bit me. Which, no, don't. I don't pull my cat's tail. I'm just using it as an example. I know, without even doing it, I'm not that dumb, that if I were to tug on my cat's tail, she's going to bite me. She's going to get pissed. She'll either bite me or scratch me. It's the same thing. Bungie must have known if they did this, their player base is going to respond angrily, and they're going to lose people. I personally continue playing. I like Destiny 2 because I like the gameplay. I like the gameplay. I like the gunplay. I like the mobility. I like the story. I like the characters. Ghost is my favorite character, so I'm going to keep playing Destiny 2 because I love the game itself, and appearance hasn't been a priority. But if somebody were to come to me and say, Kat, I'm angry about this. I don't want to play Destiny 2. I won't hate them for it. I won't blame them for it. Everybody has their own types of games they like. Everybody has their own choices. I don't condemn you for it. Anyway, those are my thoughts basically on the whole thing. I hope to see you around in the tower. I hope Bungie realizes what they're doing. I still love you, Bungie, but I'm really, really disappointed. I'm not angry. Buster. Buster is disappointed. She's sitting on the bed right now, licking a paw, and just really disappointed, Bungie. How could you make the cat disappointed in you? Not me. Her Majesty. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Hope to see you around in the tower. And I'm out.